Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Now I want us to use if function to reduce the value of an asset on a given period. Like now we have these assets. We have lathe, we have a motor vehicle, we also have computer. So we want to reduce the value of these assets on a monthly basis. So we have different rates of depreciation. We are calling them depreciation, rather depreciation rate. We also have a date when we are starting depreciation. We also have depreciable value. We also have residual value. So the residual value is the value that we'll have when we feel that the asset is now fully depreciated. And then we also have the cost of asset and the type of asset. So to give the asset its loss of value, so we want to compare these dates, the dates in row 1, to compare them with the dates in G, the dates in row G. So the dates in row G is where when we are starting to depreciate an asset. So let's apply a formula here. So we want to compare these two dates. So our calendar date starts from 1900. So counting the dates from 1900 to this date, it means that at these dates should be more than or equal to the given depreciation start date for that asset to start losing its value. But the loss of value will be applicable on monthly basis. So the 25% rate, or rather the rates in this column, are yearly rates. So monthly rates, it means that we must divide the yearly rates by 12. So let's apply the formula and see how we use if function, rather the logical if function, to reduce the value of an asset. So here we'll write is equal to, so you want to write if, then bracket. So first we must write the logical function. So our logical function here is I1, when I1 is greater than or equal to G3. So I1 we must make the row 1 an absolute reference. So we'll type here a dollar sign before 1. So the row is locked, but the columns are moving from ijk to the right. Then I1 is greater than or equal to, so the column also will be locked. So the column will be absolute reference, so moving downwards. But the rows will be relative reference, so we'll type the dollar sign before G. So now we've done our logical test. Then we write a comma. So we want to move to this other value when the logical test is right, or when the logical test is true. So here we'll write here is equal to G, rather F is equal to F3 times H3. So F is a column, so we want to lock it to make it absolute reference column. But 3 being a row will be moving downwards, so 3 will not lock. So we only have a reference column, uh, rather absolute column F. H also will block column H. So rather we'll make it absolute reference. So we'll type a dollar sign just before H. Then we want to divide this by 12, because we're multiplying by 25%, and 25% is a yearly basis. And again, we are doing monthly, so we must divide that value by 12 to get monthly basis. Then that is done with the value if true. So we move to the next one. So when value if false, we want to get 0. We don't want the asset to lose its value if the logical test is not correct. So we write here 0. Then we close the bracket. Then we enter. So we drag this formula down. Now you can see in I4 and I5 we have 0, meaning this date is not, rather the logical test for these two cells are not true, so we are getting 0. So we'll copy these formulas and drag them across. So you can see where we are starting to depreciate these assets. For motor vehicle is starting on 31st January. It's starting on 29th February. The asset was bought on 1st February, so the logical test is true. For the computer, it's starting on 31st March because the asset was bought on 1st of March 2024. So the logical test is true. So that's when we do the deposition. So that's how we've applied both. We've applied the advanced if function to do depreciation. So this is just a small extract of how to do depreciation, but on advanced, rather on a full template, it will be more advanced, more than what we just done. So this is just a simple test for doing using if to depreciate an asset. For more advanced function and a full template of depreciation, we'll do in later chapters. So this was just meant for these simple classes. So let's stop at that and meet on the next class when we do a different function in Excel.